Hello, I'm Michael.
And I'm Jill.
Michael and Jill's Travel Adventures.
So, we have some tips for cruising to make your life a lot easier. Remember, this is your vacation. If you don't want to use them, that's fine. But we found out I've been on 7 cruises, and Michael's been on
9.
9. No, it'd be 10. Because you've been on 3 more than me. Anyway, so we kind of learned how to do things. One of the things is identification. If you're a woman and you do not have a passport, you have to bring your driver's license, your, y'all be selling my information, your birth certificate, and if your name is different on your driver's license from your birth certificate, which most women my age is different, you have to bring your marriage license or any reason why your name's different on your driver's license, divorce papers, anything like that. It's a pain in the butt. I had to do it my first 2 cruises, and luckily I don't have to do it anymore. We did get our passports. I think these are kind of cool, the passport covers. But anyway, if you have a passport, you don't have to show your driver's license or your marriage license or birth certificate, any of that. You just show them your passport. So I kind of like I'm an FBI agent. But anyway, Michael found these covers on Amazon.
Yes.
And they protect them and all that. And it's important. One of the things we found out is if you're in another country or if you get sick on the ship, they're going to send you to the nearest country. We've been on several medical evacs where we woke up one morning, we were supposed to be going to Grand Cayman, and I looked up and said, that's Cozumel. And we had to drop somebody off that had a heart attack. So one of the things we found out is it's a lot easier to get back to America if you have these. If not, you have to go through all these hoops to get back in the country. So this makes life a lot easier having your passports. I will tell you, I think from what I've seen in our Facebook groups, there is a long wait for passports right now. So if you have a cruise scheduled and you want to use your passports, you need to do it ASAP.
Also, one thing to mention, there is a passport card available, and it's a few dollars less than the full passport book. The card only affords you a few different places that it's good at, the Caribbean being one of those. I would not scrimp and get just the card. I would go ahead and get the book. That way you're good for 10 years, and that will get you into almost every country, instead of being locked into just having a card and only being able to cruise.
And you also, in different ports, you can have them stamped, and we've done that a few times too. Okay? You want to talk about that?
One of the items that we take religiously with us are the lanyards to put your sail and sign card on. And for those that have never cruised, your sail and sign card is basically your door key. It is tied to your room account, and it is basically either secured by a credit card, debit card, or cash. And if you don't have something on file when you get on board, don't have an account set up when you get on board, then you must go to guest services and actually set that up. But be that as it may, whichever way you want to go, the sail and sign card is the way to pay for things on board. It also gets you into your room. The ship basically is cashless unless you want to tip, which we can get into at a later time, in a later segment. Basically, the lanyards hold your sail and sign cards so that you don't lose them. We have a couple of regular lanyards that we have that can get wet. We take them in the hot tub with us, that type thing. Don't care if they get wet or get chlorinated. We also have purchased through Pixels the better lanyards, or the foo-foo lanyards, as I like to call them. It has room for pictures on there as well. Once you get to be gold, you basically get a pin every time you cruise when you're gold status. So we've taken our pins and just put those on the actual lanyards, just as kind of a status symbol and just something to have fun with.
One hint though, when you cruise later in the year, they run out of the pins a lot of times.
And now you're actually with 2021, you actually have to go down and get your pin. They used to actually leave them in your room.
One note though, on your selling sign card, if you don't go and make it right at the end of the cruise, if you're using cash, there will be men with handcuffs that will take you off the boat. They will put you in jail if you do not pay up your tab at the end of the cruise. So my word of advice is make sure you watch what you're drinking, or you have somebody holding you accountable if you're going to do a lot of drinking.
Yes, we have seen many people get hauled off at the end of the cruise for large tabs. Also, another thing that we take are towel clips. These can be, we purchased these particular clips at the local Just a Dollar store, but they can be used for a variety of different things. But specifically, we take them to hold the towels on the chairs when we're out on the deck, just lounging around.
Another thing is luggage tags. Most of you know you'll go on when it gets closer to your cruise and print these off, and they'll have your room number and your forward or all that on it. And they're not doing it this year, but when they do Faster to Fun, the guy that takes our luggage, I always forget what they call it, Porter, he actually puts this on. And these were really cheap on Amazon too. Yes. And this has been reused several times. It's just a clip. It clips on your luggage. It's very durable. We used to just put up staple them on, which there's nothing wrong with that. But since we cruise so much, we decided we wanted these.
They're, I believe, $1.50 a piece on Amazon for a pack of 10, somewhere like that, maybe 75 cents a piece.
One of the things we do, we don't do it anymore because we usually carry our luggage off, but one of the things we figured out is to make your luggage identifiable when you get off the ship and find it easy, is to take some of these beads and put on your luggage too, so you know that's yours.
Yeah, looking through a sea of luggage, maybe 50 or 60 yards across either direction, and trying to find your bag is very, very stressful. And it can take a lot of time. So the beads really help out. Beads or ribbon or something to differentiate your black bag or your green bag from everybody else's.
These clips, hooks we use them to decorate our door with, to hang stuff on our door. We use them in our room to hang stuff up. Sometimes we use it to hang our swimsuits on, different things. It's just a little something to help make your life easier. And I guess you can tell we're cruise nerds, so we like to decorate our doors. So we use that.
Last on the table, but not least, the standard straight power outlet. This is not one with a surge protector built in, but just a surge strip. They will not let you on board with a surge strip. They will be confiscated if they find them. So there's only one outlet in most staterooms, and you will find if you take chargers and different things that you'll need more than one outlet most of the time. So it's a real good idea to take a power strip with you. And like I say, just make sure it is not a surge protection strip.
A little piece of advice. We're always in the Facebook groups for the cruises, and you get a lot of conflicting advice or about different things. Research it yourself. Carnival has their site, has all the information on what you can and cannot bring, and do your research or call them if you have a question, but don't just take somebody's word on something, because there's been people saying this is illegal, and we've taken it on every cruise we've been on so far.
Also, one of the things that we don't have here on the table that we also take is a small fan. Carnival will allow you to take a 12-inch or smaller fan with you, because sometimes it does get stuffy in some of the rooms. It also helps drown out some of the noise if you happen to be in a room under the Lido deck or one of the party decks. Party decks.
Or their party decks.
Yeah. Or one of the areas where people congregate, chairs and that kind of thing are slid all over the floor. So the fan helps in that regard.
Which I actually saw on a Facebook group about a week ago, a lady that actually found a fan that you can hang up from your ceiling. So it might help at night. We always sleep with the fan if it's 10 degrees outside, or if it's 80 degrees outside, we have a fan on. So it might help the airflow a little bit in your room more.
Speaking of hanging things up, most of the walls and ceilings are metal. A lot of people say that they are magnetic, but they're not magnetic, they're metal, and magnets will stick to them. So if you have something, have small magnets where you want to hang up different things on the walls or the ceiling, magnets work really well. We've got magnets that actually, magnetic hooks, we decorate our door, that holds our door banner on. So that's another thing to think about. One thing that we don't, a lot of people don't talk about, which we have found very useful, are packing cubes. And basically, it's just a little cubicle or little cubes that you can pack your stuff in. Basically, open that up, and there's smaller and smaller bags in here that zip up. One of the things that makes these so handy is we have two different sets. Got a yellow and a purple set. And I pack in one, she packs in the other.
I pack in the yellow, he packs in the purple.
What makes this so, really so neat is you pack your items in there, you put the cubes in the suitcases, and at that point, nothing shifts around. It all stays in one place. When you get to your room, no matter how much they've jostled things around, you unzip your suitcase, look at your cubes, they're all in the same place you put them. Everything inside the cubes is exactly how you put it in there. It may be a little squished from something being on top of it, but it looks exactly the same way as you put it in there. And what helps us is when we get ready to unpack is we pull the cubes out, we stow the luggage, and then we can either unzip the cubes and put those on the shelves, like most of the time we do that, or we can then each get in there and unpack on our own shelves. So it makes unpacking a whole lot easier, and when you get to where you're going, even if you're not cruising, you're taking a road trip, packing cubes make things a lot simpler when two or more people are having to share a suitcase. Another thing that we've always done, and I've come to realize not everybody does, is we have a bag like this. This is our designated toiletry bag that we keep fully stocked with everything that we would need to do an overnight stay. We've got toothbrushes, toothpaste, deodorant, soap, shampoo, conditioner, nail clippers, tweezers, razors, got
smell good
stuff already in there. Basically, if we take a trip, all we have to do is pick this bag up, put a hair dryer in it for a just in case hair dryer, in case where we're going doesn't have one, and we're ready to go.
This also works for hospital stays or emergencies like that. It's always stocked. You just pick it up and go.
And in order to stock this, I believe the bag I've found on Groupon for about $10, and to fully stock it, you're going to spend $15-20 maybe, and not including your smell good stuff. And all of the toiletries that we have in here are flight approved, so we don't have to worry about we get ready to take a flight somewhere. All we got to do is grab this bag and go. So that's all we have for today. I'm Michael.
And I'm Jill.
For Michael and Jill's Travel Adventures.
Bye.
Bye.